Hi, grades 3 through 6. This is Mrs. Slusher. I'm here to share a special read aloud with you today in honor of the 20th anniversary of the attacks on the Twin Towers, or 9/11. I have a read aloud for you. And this is Fireboat. And it's by Myra Kalman. And it's about the heroic adventures of the John J. Harvey, which is a fireboat. And this boat was scheduled to be retired, and then it ended up playing a very crucial role in the events of 9/11. This story is about people showing courage and helping others, which is something we should think about when we remember 9/11 and all those that passed away and all those that came together to help. So here is Fireboat. New York City, 1931. Amazing things were happening, big and small. The Empire State Building went up, up, up. Babe Ruth hits his 611th home run in Yankee Stadium. Snickers, the tasty candy treat, Snickers hits the stores. The George Washington Bridge was suspended elegantly across the mighty Hudson River. Champion Pendley, Calling of Blarney, won Best in Show at the Westminster Kennel Club. On a hot and jazzy night, the word hotcha was invented. And on a sunny, fresh day, the John J. Harvey Fireboat was launched. There were 12 fireboats in New York City. The Harvey was the largest, fastest, and shiniest fireboat of them all. It had 5 diesel engines, so it could go 20 miles per hour. That's pretty fast. 8 pipes that could shoot 16,000 gallons of water per minute, which is equal to 20 fire trucks. It had a completely round steering wheel. It had a control dial in the pilot's cabin. It had many brass nozzles housed in the gold room. It had a very nice can to oil all the squeaks, ropes, which were called lines, and lots of levers, buttons, and buckets. There was a pilot and a crew ready in 2 minutes to fight fires. They were a brave group. And there was a dog named Smokey, who did not put out the fires, but had many nice spots. The Harvey went up and down the river fighting fires. It fought fires at the bustling piers. The piers were the places where ships and trains brought all manner of merchandise to be sold in the city, like wood and cotton and bananas and bubblegum and everything. It fought the fire of the great ocean liner Normandy. Sometimes the Harvey just went out to shoot water in celebration. Many years passed. A new captain had come on board, Bob Lenny. He and his crew fought many fires, but New York was changing. The Twin Towers were now the tallest buildings in New York City, and the piers were closing. In 1995, the city no longer needed so many fireboats. The Harvey was considered old and useless. It sat in the water for 5 years, waiting to be sold for scrap. And then a very surprising thing happened. A group of friends were eating at a restaurant called Florent. They had heard about the fireboat and decided something. Let's save the Harvey. Let's buy her. Everyone needs a fireboat. We won't put out fires. We'll just have fun. And they did. They took it to Cadell's ship repair yard in Staten Island. Even there, they said, she's old. It'll be hard to fix her. But the owner said, fix it! So they fixed it beautifully. They repaired the two propellers, making them new and shiny. They repaired the holes with steel plates and covered the places where the rivets wept. They scraped barnacles and seaweed off the hull, and they painted her with a shiny coat of red paint. And once again, the Harvey was on the water. Tim, the engineer, was keeping things running smoothly. Huntley was at the wheel. Jessica, the assistant engineer, was at the controls in the noisy engine room. Andrew was welding, Chase was helping, John was fixing, Tom was cooking. And Bob Lenny was watching over everyone and being very proud. They made friends with the only other fireboats on the river, the Firefighter and the McKean. Toot, 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 toot. That's a boat saying hello with 4 toots. Everyone said the Harvey is a nice old boat, but she could never be used to fight a fire. Never. But then, on September 11th, 2001, something so huge and horrible happened that the whole world shook. It was 8:45 in the morning, and it was another beautiful and sunny day. Two airplanes crashed into the Twin Towers. Crashed, crashed, crashed into these two strong buildings. The sky filled with fire and smoke. The buildings exploded and they fell down to the ground. Many people were hurt and many lives were lost. The news spread the city had been attacked. Everyone was terrified, but people were brave. The entire city sprang into action. Firefighters, police officers, doctors, construction workers, teachers, parents, cooks, and children. The mayor was strong. He said, "We will all work together. We will not be broken." What were the people of the Harvey doing when the planes hit? Well, Bob Lenny was trimming hedges. Jessica was writing a story. Tom was drinking tea in his kitchen. Chase was walking his dog. Tim was reading the paper. Andrew was welding. Huntley was reading. John was working. And the Harvey was snoozing at the pier. They all had one thought: get to the Harvey. And they did. They called the fire department. John J. Harvey, ready to help. How can we help? And the answer came: you can't help fight the fire, but you can ferry people to safety. But suddenly, an urgent message came loud and clear. John J. Harvey, where are you? We need you. We need you. The water pipes were broken and buried, and the fire trucks that had raced to the scene could not pump water. The firefighters attached hoses to the Harvey. The Harvey fought the fires alongside the McKean and the firefighter. For 4 days and nights, the Harvey pumped water. The crew took turns sleeping. People brought supplies: fuel, sweaters, gloves, pizza, sandwiches, and coffee. They worked and cried. They fought the fire until it was under control. Everyone came together. Finally, it was time for the Harvey to go home. Everyone on the boat had never seen anything so terrible, and they had never felt so proud. The Harvey was a hero, and everyone knew it. The Harvey won an important award. National Preservation Award, John J. Harvey, for capping a distinguished career of service by coming out of retirement to provide invaluable aid in New York City's hour of need, October 18th, 2001. At the ceremony, the audience cheered and some even cried. Now the Twin Towers are gone. Something new will be built. The heroes who died will be remembered forever. The Harvey is back to being a very happy boat. Not scrapped, not useless, not forgotten. A proud and plucky friend, and all that's left to say is hacha and thank you. Wait a minute. There is something more to say. The friends of the Harvey have found a little tugboat to adopt. Doesn't everybody need a tugboat? And in the place of the Twin Towers, there is now a memorial in New York City. So if you go to New York City, you can visit the memorial for September 11th. Thank you for listening.